Hey, Facebook. Hey, Instagram. Let me put in my title real quick. Ohio State University host. Hey, y'all. Hold on one second. Pin comment. All right. We started on time today. Hello, Trevor Greenleaf. How are you doing? I've got some background music for us to celebrate, one of the great legends, Missy Elliott, finally getting a Video Vanguard Award. So, I ain't going to put it too loud so Instagram don't shut me down. But enjoy the Missy Mix while we start. I've got a lot of cool news for you today. I've got something new that I'm trying out with the show. I have a special shout out for one of the listeners that I want everybody to hear. It's going to be a fun show. I'm very excited about this new thing that I am unveiling because I think it's going to help the show move a lot smoother. Really excited for you guys to experience it with me. So I'm not going to tell you what the thing is that I'm unveiling until we actually, start the show at 6:05. But I'll give you a sneak peek. It has to do with another person. Also, after this show, I'm like kind of freaking out. My parents are coming to visit for the weekend. It's the first time that my dad is coming to see my house. The first time they're coming to my house together. So I'm excited, but I'm also anxious because, I wanted to meet the mom and dad standard of approval. So yeah, I gotta go. Everything's ready. I just gotta put the sheets on the bed and whatever. And they don't get until late tonight, like midnight. So that's good for me. Today's gonna be good, guys. I just got some great news. I found out one of my good friends is having a baby. So congratulations to her. And, I wish you a happy, healthy pregnancy. She knows who she is. Also, wanted to let you guys know that hi Sincere, how you doing? You right at the top of the show, son. All right, great. Also wanted to let you guys know that if you are here in the live broadcast and you've got a business and you want to broadcast it, you want to promote it, I'm selling 30-second spots starting at $3. So get your life. We're going to get started in about 2 minutes. In about 2 minutes, I'm going to ask you to share this out to all your friends. Again, we've got something very special for the show today that I'm trying out. I'm 98.5% sure that it's going to be a great addition to the show. But you guys will let me know because I'm going to ask for your feedback. You ain't got to put it in public, but I will ask for your feedback about it. Hi, King MGM. So yeah, like I said, it's 6:05. I'm going to ask you guys to share this out to whoever you think could use this info. I'm going to do all my introductions and all that. And I'm going to unveil the new part of the show. We've got less than 60 seconds to go. We had so many stories last week, and I didn't even think we were going to get through them all, but we did, and I am so grateful. Hello, who's watching on Facebook? Say hi. We're going to have a great time today. I've got some really good stories. I got a story to troll my sister, Joanne. But yeah, if you hear music in the background, I am playing a Missy Elliott mix to celebrate her getting the Video Vanguard Award from MTV. Finally, she's so deserving. But yeah, that is what's going on here. If you're here, you know the drill. If you're not here, strap in. We got a good show for you, okay? And all right, so let me pause this. Guys, it is 6:05. Now is the time to share this out to friends, family, anybody you know who has business aspirations. Share this out right now because I'm starting my intro in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. Happy Thursday, y'all. Happy Thursday. Welcome to NPL Legal Dish. I am Natalie Pierre-Louis. I am the host of NPL Legal Dish. This is my twice weekly show where I take celebrity and pop culture stories and I teach business and legal concepts using those stories. You might be wondering why this crazy lady is on the internet trying to teach business and legal concepts. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm Natalie Pierre-Louis. I'm the owner and operator of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. What that means is I help you get your business paperwork together. So if you need to get registered with the state, if you need trademarks, if you need contracts, if you need any of that business foundational stuff, I help you do all those things. Why am I qualified to help you? I'm so glad that y'all asked. I have been a licensed attorney for over a decade. I have started multiple businesses for myself and others, both online and offline. I have had many careers in the realms of law, education, entrepreneurship, hospitality, and administrative support. And most important, I am very passionate about making business and legal education as accessible to everybody as possible. Not everybody has the time, the money, or the desire to go to business school or to law school, but so many of you out here, you've got amazing business ideas. And if you're gonna make it, there are just some concepts you've got to know. Guys, the mosquitoes got my back. There are just some concepts that you got to know. And that is why I am here to break these concepts down into simple things that you can understand. Because sometimes you can get caught up in the language and get confused, all right? If you're interested in any of my business formation services, you can go to Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. There you're going to find things like links to my podcast. A new episode just came out today, and I have a special announcement about that in just a couple of minutes. You're going to find the link to my entire YouTube page where you can find back episodes of NPL Legal Dish. You will find sneak peeks to my ebooks and video trainings. And you will also find the link where you can advertise your business on my show starting at $3. So there's lots of things happening at Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, the link in my bio. All right. So now going back to my podcast, I told you guys that there's something special happening, right? So if you didn't know, I have a podcast. I release an episode about twice a month. And in that podcast, I interview people in different areas of industry just to find out the behind the scenes info of what it takes to run their business. Well, today I thought it would be really cool that to have the person who I interviewed for the episode that came out today, have them on as a guest co-host. So that because sometimes I find that hi, amazing Mimi. Sometimes I find that when we are going through the stories and I'm waiting for reactions, sometimes there can be a little bit of dead air. And I want the flow of the show to be a little bit, smoother. So I want to have somebody real time who, they don't have to write everything in. That does not mean that I'm not going to answer your questions. I'm still going to answer all your questions. I'm still going to be checking in with you guys. But this is just going to be somebody here for today who's going to, give their 2 cents in here and there, on the stories that we have. So the person who is going to be joining us today, his name is Marcus Bullard. He is the founder of Signet Magazine. He's based in Miami, I believe. And if you want to know his full story, that's Instagram. Yeah, I know there is a delay. And again, that's exactly why I want to have a guest co-host so we can kind of cut down on the dead air. But if you guys want to find out more about Marcus and his story, he's going to be on in just a few minutes. Also, you can listen to his episode of my podcast that just came out today. The link to that is, you can get there using the link in my bio, Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. Also want to remind you guys that you can, hold on. Is there anything else that I want to remind you guys about? Oh, if I have any followers in Arkansas, I'm going to be there in 2 weeks for a business conference. So if you ever wanted to meet up with me in person, this is your moment. I'm going to be there for 4 days, October 29th to September 1st. So any followers in Arkansas, come on out. Okay. Marcus should be coming on in a minute or so. Hi, Kel 30 Wilson. I'm very excited to have him on here. But you know what? While he gets on, we're going to take care of some stuff because I have a very special shout out for one of my followers. Actually, let me tag them here on Facebook. So one of my stories today has to do with someone who it actually involves someone who's been involved or who's been watching my show for a while. And this person, they actually, from watching my show, were able to obtain a crafter's license from a university in their state so they could legally make branded merchandise for this school. And a story came up about this school today, and they hit me up in my inbox. And I was like, yes, I really thought of you when I heard this story. And they told me that their son, was in the hospital, had been in the hospital, and that's why they hadn't been watching the show. So everybody, I would like you to say hello to Braden, who is Whitney's son. Braden has been in the hospital for a little bit, and he just came home yesterday. And he is the son of one of my favorite followers, Whitney. She's so awesome. She told me he came home today and he's going to be recuperating. So everybody, I want you to Care Bear stare in Braden's general direction. Send him healing vibes, send him good vibes. He's a little boy. I don't even think he's 5 yet. But his mama is out here making it work for her son, and that's what we like to see. Okay. All right, so that is enough intro. Thank you to everybody who is here. We are going to get started. If this is your first time watching the show, here's what happens. So I talk about the stories, I give you the details, and I ask you questions. I'm going to be checking in with you to make sure that you are paying attention to what's going on. So, take your notes if you have to, but I want this to be interactive. This is not for you to just sit and listen. This is for us to talk to each other, okay? All right, so the first case that I am talking to you guys about today has to do with the title, Ohio, the State University. Now, earlier I said that I was doing this story to troll my sister. My sister went to Ohio State University. Ohio State calls themselves the Ohio State University. Like, that's exactly how they declare it. We are the Ohio State University. So guess what Ohio State has done, y'all? Ohio State has filed a trademark for the word the, T-H-E. Okay? They have filed a trademark for the word the for t-shirts, baseball caps, and hats. And their reasoning is that under state law, the name of the school is the Ohio State University. Now, they have been getting a lot of flack for this. A lot of places are like, this is really arrogant. This is really pompous. What are you doing? Apparently, OSU's rival is University of Michigan, and they joked that they were going to trademark the word of. But yeah, Ohio State University, or I should say the Ohio State University, is trying to trademark the word the. So I want to know from you, what do you think about that? Do you think that one, do you think Ohio State should have even tried to apply? Two, do you think that Ohio State has a shot? Because over the years, they have continually said, we are the Ohio State University. Do you think that they have any right to try and trademark an article, meaning the part of speech, a word that is so common, the? What do y'all think? Where is Marcus? Because I want to hear his opinion on this. I'm sure he has an opinion. But yes, so Ohio State is trying to take the word the, y'all, and I want to know what you think about that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let me know. While you do that, I want to remind you, my Protect Your Biz webinar, my Protect Your Biz video training is on sale today for only $49. It's usually $79.97. I put it on sale for $49 because on Tuesday when we went through all those cases, I was like, all of this could really have been avoided with a little bit of research. And I thought that, I wanted to make it more accessible to you guys. So if you want the, the savvy and the know-how on protecting yourself in these business streets, go pick up the Protect Your Biz webinar for $49. Okay? All right. So I'm still waiting to hear from y'all about Ohio State. I don't think they're going to win. I think it's a big stretch. I understand that that's a part of their, shtick. It's their thing, but it's still the word the, girl. Like, what are you, how are you going to market this? You're going to have a t-shirt that just says the? Sincere 39 says they can try. They can try, but do you think that they will be successful, sir? That's what I want to know. Because you can try anything. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second, Instagram. Fuck. Yes, hop on. Okay, sorry guys. Sorry. Okay, so Sincere, you don't think that they'll be successful. All right. Well, Marcus is about to hop on right now. And we're gonna get his opinion in real time once he pops on. I don't want to. Hi, Bluebird Academy. How are you? So, where is he? Bluebird Academy, if you didn't know, we're trying something new today. I'm supposed to be having a guest co-host. He just texted me and asked if it's okay for him to pop on. I'm waiting for him to come up. Come on, Marcus, let's go. This person who's going to be the co-host, he is the founder of Signet Magazine, and he is also the subject of the latest episode of my podcast, The Business of. If you've never heard an episode, go listen to it, after the show. Stay on the show with me and then go listen to the podcast. But we are waiting for Marcus Bullard of Signet Magazine to pop in. All right, you know what? Whatever. Let's move on to the next story while he's getting himself together. Okay. This next story. Who in the audience like tacos? If you like tacos, give me a taco emoji. If you like tacos, if you have ever eaten a taco, if you've ever sniffed a taco, give me a taco emoji. Or is there a taco emoji? I don't remember. Hey, there's a taco emoji. Thank you, Sincere. Bluebird Academy, I'm waiting for your taco. I'm waiting for your taco. Or the second person here, I think is Bluebird Academy. All right, I got 2 tacos. All right. So we all love tacos. There's tacos of all kinds. And I'm sure that you guys, as lovers of tacos, have participated in a Taco Tuesday, once or twice in your day. But did you know that the term Taco Tuesday is trademarked? And not even by a California taco company, which is, as far, from what I gather, California tacos are like top of the line. But Taco Tuesday is trademarked in, of all places, the state of Wyoming. So there is a place in Wyoming. Okay. There's a place in Wyoming that Hold on, guys. He's asking how to join the live. Give me 1 second. Join the live and a request box will pop up. Sorry about the technical difficulties, guys. The person who is hopping on with me, I didn't realize that they didn't know how to use Instagram Live. But I'm back. Okay, so Taco Tuesday is owned by a taco place in Wyoming, and the restaurant is called Taco John's. And Taco John's, you know, oh God. All right. Okay, guys, I have to get offline real quick. I'm gonna hop right back on. Hold on. Instagram. Sorry. Okay. All right. Anyway, so Taco John's trademarked the term Taco Tuesday back in 1989. So they've had it for a while. They've had it for 30 years. And in those 30 years, they have sent tons of cease and desist letters to places all over the country. Now, I want you, give me a T in the comments if you have ever been to an event called Taco Tuesday. That was not in Wyoming. Okay, so Sincere, you have been to a Taco Tuesday event, right? Technically, anybody using the term Taco Tuesday was infringing on Taco John's trademark. Okay, they sent a cease and desist to a brewery that had a taco truck, and the brewery actually posted the cease and desist letter that they sent to, on their Facebook page. And then you had some people who were, you know, they were on the side of Taco John's because they were like, well, they have the trademark, you know, they have a right to defend their stuff. And then you have other people who were like, it's a taco. You can't have, like, everybody's been doing Taco Tuesday for so long. So the problem is, if you remember, whenever I talk about trademarks, I always say that you cannot trademark a generic term. And sometimes if you wait too long to trademark something, it becomes generic. So the example I always use is bling bling. When Cash Money and Baby, they came out with the song Bling Bling, they had no idea how big this song would be when it came out. And Baby said, had he known how universal bling or bling bling would have been, he would have trademarked it. And he can't, because bling it's everywhere. There is absolutely no way. By the time he realized what a phenomenon it was, there was absolutely no way that he could trademark it. All right, apparently Marcus does not know how to hop onto Instagram, but that is okay. You know, things happen. I tried something, it didn't work. It's part of life. Okay. But here's what I want to hear from you. Do you think that Taco Tuesday, do you think Taco John should let go of Taco Tuesday? Do you think that it is too generic a phrase for them to hold on to? Has Taco Tuesday gotten too big for Taco John's? What do you think about their attempt to protect this trademark? They've had Taco Tuesday trademarked for 30 years. My opinion of it is, like, y'all didn't even invent tacos. How are you going to trademark Taco Tuesday? I kind of think of it like if you remember, I talked last week about Disney and Hakuna Matata. Disney didn't invent Hakuna Matata, and they trademarked it, and people are mad, particularly people who speak Swahili, right? Taco John's is a taco place in the middle of Wyoming. Do you think that they have a right to a proprietary right to the phrase Taco Tuesday? You ain't even invent tacos. That's my opinion. You didn't invent tacos, so you can't claim Taco Tuesday. What do you think? What do y'all think? Hey, Signet Magazine. I guess at this point it's a losing fight. Everyone has, all right. Signet Magazine. All right. Yay. Okay. We got Marcus Bullard. You are here. Okay. I sent you a request. You need to accept the request. Okay. Sincere, our co-host is here. I'm very excited. You got to accept the request, Marcus. All right. While Marcus does that, I'm going to move on to the next story. Okay. Guys, technical difficulties abound when you try to do something new. I thought this was going to work out a little better, but you know, we roll with the punches. All right, next story that we're talking about has to do with a father suing a son. But actually, let me pause here. If anybody, whoever is watching, you know, and doesn't know who I am by now, I'm Natalie Pierre-Louis. I am the owner and operator of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. I help you get your business paperwork together. If you have a business you need to get off the ground, if you need to get yourself organized, I'm your girl. I'm a licensed attorney, been one for over a decade. I have a passion for helping entrepreneurs. Go check out all I do at Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, Linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. All right. So the next case that we are talking about has to do with a father suing a son. I actually talked about this case a couple of months ago. There was a law firm that was called George Sink Law. What? Okay, it was called George Sink Law, or I forget the name. Anyway, it was a father and son duo. Father and son had the same name. There was George Sink Sr. and George Sink Jr. Something happened between father and son, and dad fired the son. So son is like, okay, well, I'm going to go open my own law firm. And he opened the law firm under his own name. Signet Magazine, I've sent the request twice. I think you can request to be in the live too, because I don't know what else to do. All right. So the son got fired. He's like, fine, I'm going to start my own law firm. And he names his law firm pretty much the same thing as his dad's law firm. But on the website, he says it's not affiliated with his dad's website. Dad took his son to court and said, yo, I've got a trademark on this name. I don't care if it's my son. You can't use this name for your law firm. And the court agreed with him until for now. So the case is being arbitrated. But until then, the son cannot use his own name on his own business. So think about how that's going to be for trying to brand and get clients and things, because you have to change your whole name. Plus, I'm sure that his dad, lost a few clients to his son because they have the same name. Even the fact that he's saying, I'm not this guy, but it's the same name, you might think that they're related and go to one or the other. So what I want to hear from you is, do you think that this was fair for the dad to prevent his son from using his name, whether it be the same or not, for his own law firm? You got George Sink Sr. and you've got George Sink Jr. And George Sink Sr. basically told George Sink Jr., you can't use your name for your business. So do you think that was fair? Do you think that the court got it right that they said you can't use this name while you're, you know, while we're arbitrating this case? What do you think that the court should have done? What y'all think the court should have done? Signet Magazine, if you can't join the live, you can always just put your commentary in the comment box. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so what do you think that the court should have done? Do you think that they were right for telling the Sun change the name of your law firm while we figure this out? Or should he have been allowed to continue to use his name, because it is his name, for the name of his business, even though it's the same name as his dad's law firm? What y'all think? What y'all think? Okay. It was the father's name first. This is a difficult one. I think he shouldn't use the name. You think the Sun shouldn't use the name? Hi, Father Anime. Okay. You know, and I agree with you guys in to a certain extent. It is the father's name, and they're both in the same line of business, and they're both located in the same I'm sure their law firms aren't like next to each other, but they're located in the same city. So if you remember when I talked about that case of the two restaurants in New Orleans where you had huge ass beers versus giant ass beers, and the restaurants were down the street from each other, huge ass beers was like, yo, we were losing business to you. Signet Magazine said there's thousands of things he could call it. Choose something else. That is very true. However, should a person be excluded from using their own name to name their own business? I know I can name all the reasons why he shouldn't be able to use it, but let's look at it from the Sun's perspective. Is there any, like, should he, is it fair to exclude him from his, to exclude him from using his own name for his business? Because I'm thinking, okay. Marcus Bullard. Okay. Oh, hey, I think we got it. Yes, view. Yay, we got it, guys. We've got our co-host. Yes. All right. Finally. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. All right. I can't hear you, Marcus. Make sure the sound on your phone is turned on. Perfect.
I got it.
All right. Yay, you're here. Okay. So, guys, this is Marcus Bullard. He is the person who I interviewed for the episode of my podcast that came out today. Marcus, I'm going to give you like 60 seconds to introduce yourself so we can get back to these cases because I want to catch you up. So tell everybody who you are and what you represent.
Well, I am a South Florida ex-DJ, ex-radio co-host, and now owner of two beautiful magazines.
Oh,
and
chill.
What I like is to give women a platform as far as, you know, the adult industry and glamour model industry and just models in general, plus size curvy models. And then at the same time, I'm a big pop culture junkie, big entertainment junkie. So it gives me an outlet to talk about all the things I like.
Awesome. And you guys can find his work at Signet_magazine on Instagram, and also Starlets Mag.
Yeah, Starlets_magazine as well.
Okay, yeah, go check out his work. You know, it's for me, it's a little risque, but you know, I'm all about people doing business. Do what you got to do to get these dollars. I don't judge.
You'd be surprised, but it's a lot of women who read these magazines because women enjoy women sometimes.
Yeah, so sincere ask, it's not a porn mag, it is an urban model magazine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not a porn mag.
right. Okay, so we're gonna
limits though.
okay.
I do push it right up to the edge.
And this is why I interview people who aren't in, you know, areas that are totally, you know, celebrated, because people think that if you work in certain industries that there aren't, you know, business concepts that you have to follow. Every business you have to have you know, you have to have those things in place so it runs. It doesn't matter if it has to do, you know, you're doing girly pictures or you're out here selling nuts and bolts. There are still core business concepts that you need to know. And that's what the interview is for. So I encourage you guys to go listen to our talk. He gave some amazing gems. But back to our stories. I wanted to get your opinion on this, so I'm going to catch you up real quick. I'm sure, Marcus, that you have heard of the Ohio State University, yes?
Unfortunately, yes. I think it's probably one of the dumber things in the news right now, considering everything that's going on. But
yeah, my sister will want to fight you.
What really caught my attention was Michigan State.
Yes.
They clowned, like, they got the W in that little Twitterverse of ours.
Right, but what I want to know from you,
Ohio State wanted to copyright the actual THE.
They want to trademark it.
Yeah. Well, Ohio State just set up a tweet that's trending that's like super crazy. They want to copyright the of.
Oh, University of Michigan. Yes, yes. But here's the thing. Ohio State University, their argument is, under the law, our name is the Ohio State University. So what do you like? Yes, it's kind of crazy, but do you think that they have a right to at least try to trademark it?
No.
Why?
Well, I mean, that's like trying to copyright the letter A. The letter A is before a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Can you copyright that?
Probably not. You may be able to trademark a certain style of a letter A if it's a logo. Yeah. So what we don't know is we don't know the logistics of how are they trying to trademark this? Are they just trying to trademark the word? Is it a specific design? Is it a specific font?
Just the word.
From
what I've read, it's just the word. They want to copyright the because for some reason they feel like it makes their school prestigious. They announce themselves as the Ohio State,
right?
And that's how they want to copyright it.
Right.
But it's not any specific font or any spelled with 2 E's or anything. It's just the.
Right, and they want to put it on T-shirts and baseball caps and hats. So I'm in my thinking, if I see somebody walking around and they have a T-shirt on that has the word "the" on it, am I going to immediately associate that with Ohio State University?
No.
Right.
And that, I mean, as a business owner, there's certain things that you have to always be mindful of, and the biggest thing is who owned it first. Nobody owns the word "the."
Mm-hmm.
Just like, one of my magazines is titled Starlets. Until just recently, it's been brought to my attention that there's a club with the same name. So now that club is super popular, people associate me with it. They ask me, "Are you affiliated?" First question.
Mm-hmm.
I tell them no. But there's always this thing in the back of my mind, like one day, once they get even more popular, they're going to come to me and be like, "You can't use that name." And I'm going to be like, "I had it first."
But did you trademark it?
Yes. Well,
okay.
Ghetto trademark.
No, there's no such thing as a ghetto trademark.
Ghetto trademark.
The US
that's a problem for another day.
Right. The USPTO office has said if you don't have a registered trademark or copyright, High King Tax Services, don't even come to us. They want you to officially register your trademark. Okay, so that's your I'm gonna run through these because we only got about like 20 minutes left and I want to make sure we get all the stories. So the next story we went through before you got on was Taco Tuesday. I'm sure you've eaten many a taco in your life, just like myself, Marcus, right?
I like Taco Bell.
Have you been to Taco Tuesdays a Taco Tuesday function? Did you know that the term Taco Tuesday is trademarked by a restaurant in Wyoming?
And that matters why.
Because this restaurant in Wyoming called Taco John's has been sending cease and desist letters to restaurants and places all around the country telling them to stop using the phrase Taco Tuesday. They sent it to a brewery that had a taco truck. The brewery posted the cease and desist letter on Facebook. People were going back and forth under it. And I was asking the people earlier, do you think that now this restaurant, Taco John's, they've had a trademark on Taco Tuesday since 1989, so it's not new. But my question to the audience was, do you think that they have a right to hold on to this trademark and defend it so hard? Because I feel like Taco Tuesday is so out there, everybody has it.
Well, did they? All right, they talked to the little people. Did they talk to the movie that just came out, the Lego movie, the kids movie?
They mentioned that in the article that it was referenced in the movie.
Yeah, I just watched that movie and they talked about they had a whole scene played out around Taco Tuesday. The main character, that was like his favorite day of the week. Okay,
well, we'll have to wait and see if Taco John sends whoever made the Lego movie a cease and desist letter, because technically they have.
Too late by now. It's on regular TV now.
Right, but the thing is,
that when it was in the movie theater.
But Taco Tuesday still, or Taco John, they still at least, yes. I think it's silly, but Taco John still has the right. They've had this trademark for 30 years, and if they get to the right judge or the right examiner, they could be like, y'all are infringing on their trademark. Break them off a piece of that Lego money.
Well, I mean, most cases, to my understanding, when you take something to court, it has to set a precedent. So if they haven't taken anybody to court and big companies have used it, then little companies shouldn't have anything to worry about. Because if they didn't sue the big guy, why are they bothering us? Okay. Send the little guy.
Okay. And you guys, please feel free to drop your commentary. This is not just a conversation between me and Marcus. This is for all of us. I want to know your opinions. Like, do you think they should just like give up on Taco Tuesday, or do you think they have a right to defend it? But moving forward, the case that you came in on was the lawyer son versus the lawyer father. And you said that even though they have the same name of George Sink, that the son should have to use another name for his law firm, right?
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, if you get told, don't use my name, we've got the same name, we do the same work, just name it something else. What's the point of causing all that extra tension, all that extra grief? You got fired, you obviously did something to get fired, and it had to be pretty bad because he's your dad. Your dad pretty much forgives damn near anything you do wrong as a family member.
Very true.
Obviously, you screwed up pretty big to get fired from your father's firm. The next step is not piss him off even more by trying to use the name of his company.
But he did say on his...
Do your own thing, fix whatever it was that you broke, and keep it moving.
But he did say on his website that he's not affiliated with his father's firm.
Is this the same name?
Yeah.
Then that's close enough.
Okay. And I think that's a credible argument, because if I'm in whatever state they're in, I forget, and I see two law firms with pretty much the same name, I'm going to think, oh, this is probably an extra branch of that law firm.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, I think that the court got it right in telling the son that, or add an initial to the law firm of the son. You know what? That is a very good idea, King Tax Services. King Tax Services said that the son could have just added an extra letter to the name to make it different. But he specifically used the exact same name. I think that the court got it right. They basically said you can't use this name until we figure this out. So I do agree with you, but I also have to think on the part of the son. This is my name. Why can't I use my name to have my business? You know?
I mean, most lawyers are pretty smart people. You'd like to think that common sense would be included in that. If I'm not working at my daddy's firm and I see that it's going to cause me any amount of grief to use that name, I just name it something else. But I mean, I'm of the mind that I don't like to make waves. So anything that I could see as an issue, I try to distance myself from it.
Okay.
So if you're going to go out and start a new business, don't start a business with baggage. That's just me. I want to start fresh. I'm going to get my own clients. I'm going to take my clients that pay me from this place and make new clients and make a new life and make a new firm. You should also make a new name.
Okay. And I think that is perfectly reasonable. We will see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated on what happens with this case, because right now it's in arbitration. And you were right. For a father to fire his son from his company, it had to be something pretty egregious. And the son, maybe he just picked the name to annoy his father.
Like I said, you got some people who are, like to make waves and rock the boat and cause trouble. And then there's other people who, I don't want to be associated with my dad. I want to get out from under his shadow. I want to be my own man. I'm not going to name it such and such, whatever it was.
Oh, actually, so last week, I talked about a story. Have you heard of the firm Cellino and Barnes? They're like a nationally known personal injury firm.
No, I haven't heard of it.
Well, I know they have commercials like on the East Coast and West Coast, but Cellino and Barnes, they're well known, and they are actually breaking up as a firm. And the Cellino part of the firm, his wife and daughter, they went and opened up their own law firm and named it Cellino and Cellino. And the Barnes guy tried to keep them from using the Cellino name because he's like, we've built up this firm of Cellino and Barnes and you're taking this name. And the court agreed with the wife and the daughter, and they're allowed to use Cellino and Cellino. So if you take that case, compare it with this case of dad and son, do you think that there's any comparison?
Well, no, because you're breaking up a firm where there's two different people. Cellino and Barnes are two separate entities. When you break up a firm, it's not like you're going to break up the firm and still use that name. Cellino is no longer there. Why are you still bothered about that name? Why are you even asking about that? That doesn't have nothing to do with you. So you got to separate yourself from that. So it should be Barnes and whatever and Cellino and Cellino.
Okay. Well, the court agreed with you because mom and daughter are going ahead with this Cellino and Cellino. So, Sincere, you said that it's a tough decision because it was the father's name first and everything. I think that the father has a credible argument, but I also think that a person should be able to use their name to run their business. So we will wait and see what the arbitrator has to say about this case. And the last thing that we are talking about today has to do with one of my favorite things, shoes. So this is the case of Steve Madden versus a brand called Rothy's. So if you don't know what Rothy's is, if you do know what Rothy's,
Steve Madden versus
oh, what?
A brand
There's feedback.
Rothy's.
Okay, it's okay. So Rothy's, yes, the shoes. Yeah, Rothy's is they were started in 2016. Last year they make flats and like casual shoes. Last year they sold 1 million ballet flats to the tune of $140 million. And they have a signature flat that's called the Point Ballet Flat. Now, last week we talked about Steve Madden being sued by a bag company called Cult Gaia because they basically copied their bag, and they're in litigation over that right now. Steve Madden started selling their own ballet flats that looked like Rothy's. And if you actually look at the my Instagram stories, I posted a poll. I asked you guys to judge whether the Steve Madden shoe was copying the Rothy's shoe, but I think you guys were caught up. I didn't get any votes today. I think it's an exact replica, but Steve Madden was calling this flat the Rosie flat. So Rothy's sued Steve Madden, and they said they sued them for patent infringement, federal trade dress infringement, dilution of brand, and misappropriation. They said that they have a cult-like following. People know their shoes. The shoes are sold for anywhere between $125 to $165, and they're made of recycled materials, and they have a 3D knitting process. So it is it's a very singular process. It's not just a regular shoe that they're making. And what they're saying is Steve Madden is out here making knockoff Rothy's. This company, Rothy's, also got a $35 million investment by Goldman Sachs and has 42 patents on file and 39 patents that are pending. So they are serious about protecting their shoes because they're putting a lot of work into how these shoes are constructed. Now, in response to these this suit against them, Steve Madden is like, look, your shoe, the design of the shoe, it's functional. There's nothing distinctive about it, meaning there's nothing that makes your shoe special. And they're also saying that people don't look at this shoe and automatically think of your brand. So there is a thing when you're talking about trade dress, you need something called distinctiveness, meaning that when people see this, they automatically think of your brand. They think this design is your brand. So like the Birkin bag, people know, I don't have a Birkin bag, but I know what a Birkin bag looks like. And I associate that with the company that makes the Birkin bags. So what Steve Madden is saying is Rothy's, your ballet flat, nobody looks at that flat and thinks of you. But going back to our comments, Sincere39, when I mentioned Rothy's, he said the shoes. So obviously some people out here know what Rothy's is. So what I want to know from you, the audience, and you, Marcus, is so if you had a chance to look at the shoes, or if you think about a ballet flat, do you think that Steve Madden has an argument? Because when I think of ballet flats, they're a flat shoe. However, when I looked at the Rothy's shoe, there's a way that they kind of design the part that touches the part that touches the middle of your foot that isn't a usual design. So what do you think of Rothy's suing Steve Madden? Because they're saying, look, we make our shoes from 100% recycled materials. We have a 3D knitting process. We put work into this shoe, and you're out here making knockoffs. But in fashion, there are no trademarks for functional. So you can't just trademark a dress. You would have to trademark a pattern or a way of doing something. And apparently Rothy's has established that. So do you think that Steve Madden, I'm sure they're not doing the same process that Rothy's is doing, but do you think Steve Madden has a right? Why is my phone ringing? Hold on a second. Sorry. Do you think that Steve Madden?
Not a real shoe type.
Okay.
So I'm at a loss as far as that's concerned. But I mean, I've heard of Steve Madden, and I mean, their shoes are kind of on the cheapy side.
Okay.
So I could see if it was a knockoff type of thing where it would make me upset.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, shoes is not something I'm real familiar with. So I would just have to leave it up to the courts.
Okay. Well, okay. What's your favorite type of shoe? Real quick. We only got like 5 minutes.
Timberland.
Okay.
Timberland.
So let's say Timberland, there's plenty of Timberland knockoff. You got lugs, you got all this stuff. So it's basically a case of Timberland's. Huh? It's basically a case of Timberlands versus lugs. Now, they're not made in the same way, most likely, but the way that the shoe looks. Rothy's is saying the way that you're designing your shoe, you have Steve Madden shoes. Okay, Sincere. But if the way that they're saying that the way that you're designing your shoe, you're fashioning it after the way that we make ours, and we put a lot of work into making it look this way.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I mean, it comes back to it's a shoe. It's really hard to make anything that hasn't been seen before. I mean, we talking about since the dawn of time that people been putting flip-flops on made out of hemp wood. So there's not anything under the sun that hasn't been made. So the question is, whatever Steve Madden is doing, is it detrimental to this other company? Like, so much so that, you know, there's nobody else out there doing it. Is this shoe company doing something that no one else can do?
And I think that's what
Rothy's is copying it.
And I think that's what Rothy's is saying is like, you know, our shoes are 100% recycled. We have a 3D process for making these things, and you're just out here making fakes.
I would have to leave that one to the courts.
That's exactly what Sincere said. He said it is an argument for the courts, and I agree with the both of you. So we're gonna, but the thing is, Steve Madden gets sued a lot for copying people's designs. So I think this is a thing with them.
Well, I mean, Steve Madden, to my knowledge, is affordable shoes,
right? And
they make, you know, cheapy type shoes.
I remember the fake Manolos.
So when you making shoes like that people can actually afford, yeah, other companies that are charging the arm and the leg are gonna be mad because that eats into their profits.
Right.
If you can afford a shoe that looks like my expensive ass shoe, then you know that's detrimental to me in my mind. But it's affordable for the common man. We need Steve Madden's because Manolo's shoes, like you shouted out, them shits is expensive. It's not a big demographic that can afford them. Very true.
Very true.
We need those types of people that make those shoes that look just as good as those expensive shoes.
Mm-hmm.
We need those. Because we want to look fly. We want to look beautiful. We want to look stylish. And if you can't look stylish and spend $1,000 on shoes, should you not have it?
Well, okay, that's one argument, but on the other side, for the makers, it's like if we put all this research and work and money into designing this high-end shoe, should someone just be able to come and make a cheap copy of it? And that's
the question is, how much is their high-end shoe?
Their shoe goes for anywhere between $125 to $165.
And the knockoff sells for?
I was not given a price range, but I'm thinking Steve Madden, so probably somewhere around $50.
So it's half the cost.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, the amount of time and effort it's going to take them to sue this company, it's not even worth it. Let little Steve Maddens and other knockoff companies do what they do and just use it as a promotion.
That's true, but the thing is, it's like that's at the heart of this case. Is like they're saying you're making these cheap knockoffs. So the people who might have spent the extra money on our shoe, they're going to you, and you're infringing on our trademarks and making it look like our shoe. You're costing us money.
It's the American way.
Okay, all right. Well, we only have well, you guys, Marcus, thank you so much for your input. I want to hear what you guys have to say as well, but we only have a couple minutes left. Thank you guys for participating. This is the first time I've had a co-host. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but I think we did a good job. Marcus, you were great. I loved your commentary. Tell people real quick where they can find you, and then we will sign off.
You can find me at Signet Magazine, Signet_magazine, and at Starlets Magazine, Starlets_magazine. And I'm all over Twitter, Signet Mag and Starlets Mag. So feel free to reach out. I like to talk to everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, Marcus. Guys, go listen to my interview with him on my podcast. And as well, go to Linktree/MPL Consulting Firm. Go to the link in my bio. Go check out his podcast. Go check out the past episodes of MPL Legal Dish. Go, if you want to buy ad space on my show, they start at $3, y'all. Go to Linktree/MPL Consulting Firm. So I will leave you guys with this. Oh, shit. Whew. Oh, Facebook, Instagram just shut down on me. I'm so sorry, guys. So I didn't realize how much time I had left, but I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Have a great night. If you have any commentary or questions, please submit them about the stories that we talked about today, and let me know what you thought about having a co-host. I'm thinking about making it not for every episode, but when I have the new podcast episodes, have the people that I interview come on. So let me know what y'all think about it, and I will talk to y'all next week. Bye. Bye, guys.